So hello again. So yeah, this is the final output of this episode. So here what I'm doing is, this is my procedural element, procedural object blueprint. So I got a request to show how to use multiple meshes instead of using a single mesh with different scales. So as you can see here, this one is a different mesh and this one is another mesh. So I am using two meshes randomly to create this fence. So it was not possible before with the system I had developed, and I'm going to change that system and modify it to support multiple meshes, and that's what I'm going to cover today. And this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Hello everyone, welcome back to my Unreal Engine open world tutorial series. So yeah, uh, I got a request from one of my patrons to show how to use multiple meshes for this fence. That means, so here what I'm doing is I have repeated the same mesh again and again with different scales to create this fence. But instead of doing that, what he's asking is to make this fence for example, I have used this mesh. Let me show it here. Yeah, I have used this mesh. So how to use this mesh and this mesh, well, two meshes randomly for the instances. So not necessarily two but multiple meshes. So yeah, maybe, so in that case this one would be mesh 1, and then the next one could be maybe mesh 2, and this one again can be mesh 3 or 4 randomly. So yeah, so let's see how to do that. So first let me go to my procedural blueprints, that's here, and let me open the procedural element. So yeah, so this is where I define the mesh to be used. So if I am to use multiple meshes instead of using a single mesh variable, I may have to change this to an array, and then also to this HISM references to an array as well. But if I just do it right here, I would have many errors. So first I think I need to take a look at the places I am using this procedural element. So to reduce the complexity of the situation, I'll remove this advanced foliage spawner. We don't need them. And then also I'll remove the advanced foliage spawner from the project as well, because if I change things here, then I would have to do necessary refactorings inside here as well. Well, but no, I don't think that's a good idea, because I already have objects that depends on this. So let's leave it. Okay, now let's take a look at the places I'm using this procedural element here. So here, here I'm not using the mesh. Let me oh, is it only two places? Here and here. Alright, So what about this one? Okay, so it seems I am using it only in 2 places. Cool. So instead of break, let's use try on this one. Okay, no, this is the place. All right, so let's change this mesh first. Instead of a single variable, I'll convert it to an array. All right, now we should have many errors. Yeah, actually one error, not many. Okay, so now for that, let's just get the 0th element and use it. Oh, the project crashed. Let me restart it. Okay, and restore. So yeah, I have to expect crashes when I do things like this. So this is still an array. I have the error here. Alright, so get the 0th copy, 0th element, not copy, here, and here also I'll do the same. Get the 0th copy and use it. Where else I have errors? Get the 0th copy element and use it. Let's save all and try to compile again. Okay, we have a warning. Let's see what's the warning. Mesh no longer exists. Wait, where's the error? Okay, so what's the error? Alright. Okay, now alright, the fence and everything is gone. Right, maybe I had to define them again. Yeah, we don't have a mesh here now, so let's, where is that? Okay, let's use this one. Alright, so it is still working. Right, now we have basically restored the first part, but what about the rest? Yeah, now we need to find a way to use multiple meshes. Okay, so for that I have to change this HISM also into an array. So now things would get complicated, but let's try it anyway. I'll save this and okay, let's go step by step. Let's get the 0th element and where is I would have errors. Okay, I'm done here. not yet. This is messy. Alright, now here we don't have this HISM reference anymore, so let's use this one, make array, and as for the first element I'll use this and break this. Okay, errors in this part is fixed. Now let's head into here. Okay, get the first element, use it, where else? Wait, where did I fix this first? Okay, non-simulated. Get the 0th element and place it where else? Okay, is that all? Let's compile. Right, that's fixed, and this is still working, luckily. Okay, so what's next? Now let me add another mesh here. Here I have only one. Let's add a second mesh, wood planks too, but still this is using only one mesh, so let's see how to use two meshes. Let's start with the procedural object. Okay, now when we set the HISM, let me check the, we set this HISM component. Now instead of taking only one variable, let's change it to take the whole array. So it should be changed like this. Structure reference is same, no need to change it. I'll set this one new mesh to an array, and HISM also to an array. Okay, now I should get errors, definitely. Alright, now let's go in here. Wait, let me expand this. I don't need that macro here because we are already inside a function. Okay, so now instead of initializing a single element, we need to find a way to initialize the whole array. So wait a minute, let me undo this. So maybe let me, we can do it like this. For each loop, each loop. We can call this set HISM instead of calling for the meshes for the arrays. So in the loop body, this is the mesh, and for the HISM I'll do it like this. First I'll promote this to a local variable. I'll call it HISM local. Oh, what happened? And then I need to make sure the length of this HISM array and the new mesh array is same. So to do that, well, we can do it like this. Get this one. If this array index is larger than well, not large, maybe larger or equal, yeah, then the length of this array. So that means, let's say now we are working on the second mesh of this new mesh array, and this HISM local doesn't have a second element. So in that case, I need to first I need to add a second element to that, and then I need to use it here. So like this, let's add a branch. If this is false, if this is true, then I'll have to add a new element. Well, I'll add a new blank element, and then get a copy. Well, yeah, a copy with this index and use it here. If it is false, that means I already have an element with the given index, so I don't have to do anything, just consume this one. Alright, now what happens here? It is still working. Oh, I wonder how. Now let me see what happens inside here. So here we get the HISM and the new mesh, and initialize it and set the static mesh for the HISM. Alright, so let's see if we have valid references in there. Yeah, we do. Cool. But only one. Why not two? Alright, that's because I didn't use the full array and when we place the objects. That means here, so we initialize both HISMs with the full array, but we when we place objects, I don't think we are using it. Let's see. After setting the HISM, okay, I am using only the HISM current, so I need to change this one into a wait, yeah, I need to change this one into an array. So let me do it like this. I'll promote this one to a function, well, not a regular function, a PO function. I'll name this one get HISM, and I'll make it a PO function so that we can use it like this without any execution line. Okay, now do I have any more errors? Let's see where else I use the current HISM. What about here? We have, okay, we can just use this. Right, now this is a tricky part. Set, no, I can't do it like that. Oh, can I add another HISM? Yeah, let me duplicate it. I'll call it HISM temp. Okay, and instead of HISM current, I'll use that to one. Well, no, maybe that will do the same thing. No, so instead of setting the reference here, I'll ignore this part for now, and I'll return this one as an output. And then yeah, then I get the output here. Let me give it a proper name. I'll call it out HISM. Okay, and then I'll get the HISM local and set array element in the index, well, this index with this item, and compile. Still working. Wait, now I'll ignore this part, and then after everything is done, I'll set the HISM array with this HISM local like this, and compile. Still working. Okay, I wonder when will it stop working, because still I am not using this HISM array properly. Alright, now where else I am using this HISM? Okay, here. Right, now here also I need to use this function get HISM. Wherever I use this add instance, I use it here, and I am using get HISM. Good. I use it here. Wait, where is the HISM reference? Itself. I think this is a redundant function. Okay, now still working. Yeah, now let's go inside here, and instead of using HISM current, I need to use the array which I have here. So okay, right, now I define a new variable HISM current array, and I will change this type to an array. Okay, can't pass default value now. Alright, now let me set this array here like this. And for the array I'll use this one. Then inside this get HISM, I'll get this HISM array and get the 0th element for now and see what happens. Alright, it's still working. Now let me make this public so we can see the inside of that function, that variable. Okay, we have to. Right, now instead of returning the 0th element, let me delete this one. I'll return get the length of the array and get a random integer, max being the length of this one, and no, max being the -1 from the length of this one, and use it like this. Let's see, it's still working. Cool. And now we have two meshes, but I can't really see the difference. So, oh, I'm using the same one. Do we have a clear difference in between these two? Let me check. Yeah, we have this cross thing. Okay, now I'm using okay, now it is working. Cool. Here, as you can see, this is a different mesh and this is another mesh. Alright, so yeah, it is working, I can say. Okay, so this is what I wanted to achieve. So I'll stop this episode at this point. And shall we quickly check the status of the farm? I think we have to add meshes again. Yeah, we have this plant. Okay, it is working. Let's add another mesh, but I don't have any other types of meshes. Okay, for the farm I still have to work on it. It's not fixed yet, but the fence is working fine. So farm means this advanced foliage spawner. I'll cover that part in another episode. Yeah, and if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of my Patreon club. Link would be in the description below. And thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.